Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Women's Entrepreneurship Day, November 19, 2016. And tonight we're holding the event at the Commons Talk Law 17, where tonight we will have all 25 women's entrepreneurs who come and open their windows upstairs, and also this lovely event that about to happen with a visionary of two great speakers tonight. So, without any further ado, let me welcome Ms. Erin A. Nickerson, Deputy Economic Officer from the U.S. Embassy, to give us some knowledge and further information about this event. Please give her a big round of applause.
I'd also like to thank Katerina Maloney of Connecting Founders, which helps train and mentor women-led startups in Southeast Asia. Today's event marks the end of Global Entrepreneurship Week, which recognizes that innovators and job creators are the ones that best drive economic growth throughout the world. And tonight, and in this two-day event, we're honoring Women's Entrepreneurship Day in particular. Women's Entrepreneurship Day is the world's largest entrepreneurial initiative, which supports and empowers women worldwide. This yearly celebration inspires women entrepreneurs in over 144 countries. The mission is to alleviate poverty by celebrating, empowering, and supporting women. And its ultimate goal is to lift 250 million girls out of poverty. Katerina is our 2016 Women's Entrepreneurship Day Ambassador for Thailand, and this is actually the first time that Thailand is participating in this initiative. So we thank you for stepping up to do this. My work at Embassy Bangkok gives me the opportunity to travel quite a lot, and in the last 3 months I've already seen a lot of really beautiful places in Thailand. And what I can say is that I can already see everywhere I go that people, especially women, are buying, selling, and creating and running successful businesses throughout this country. And I think that's something that we share between Thailand and the US, which is an entrepreneurial spirit. Therefore, I was really not surprised when I learned that Thailand is among the world's leaders in closing the gender gap between women and men in entrepreneurship. In fact, in Thailand, for every 9 women that are starting a business, 10 men are starting a business. So almost equal. And there are only 6 countries in the world that share that distinction. This puts Thailand in a very unique position of leading in the ASEAN region in the sharing the importance and benefits of women's entrepreneurship with this region in ASEAN, Southeast Asia, and the world. As I mentioned, this event marks a 2-day celebration of women's entrepreneurship. And tonight we have 25 women business owners participating in this weekend market throughout the building, showcasing their work. And I'm proud to have seen several participants in the Young Southeast Asia Leadership Initiative, which many of you know as YSEALI, here at this market. Studies after study has confirmed that when given economic opportunity, women often hire other women. They reinvest 90% of their earnings in their families and communities. In other words, they make long-term investments that have real and lasting effects on our economy. The United States government is here tonight because we remain committed to women and giving women opportunity in virtually every conceivable realm, from economic, educational opportunity to access to business credit.
We want to celebrate the talent of Thailand's women entrepreneurs. Thailand is very rich as a lot of women entrepreneurs. We have 2 examples today, and we really want to make it a very informal event where everybody is welcome to participate and just take the opportunity to ask them how they've made it, what's the secret sauce, what were the challenges, the opportunity, how they've made it. So thank you.
it is a great honor to have an exclusive interview with all of you, both of you. So my first question would be, how did you become an entrepreneur at the first place? Maybe start from Kun Vichari.
Okay, so it started about 4.5 years ago. Moved back to Thailand, and at that time, I had worked in, a major corporate, retailer for a very long time, and when I got back here, I was sort of debating like whether I wanted to continue to work in a corporate, but it's really my family, my 2 kids, that made me feel like I really wanted to have something of my own, so that I have the flexibility to be with them. Yes.
Oh, that's really nice. So there are 2 of the main encouragement of yours. Okay, and how about you, Miss
For me,
Kim?
it's a bit different because like back
Okay.
then, about like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I left the corporate world, quit my job as a lawyer at Baker McKenzie.
you business
The
law.
work very secure, but I just decide like you only live once, and then I don't want
That's
to
true.
like regret like on the next 20 years regret not doing what I want to do best in life. So I quit my job and then
Okay.
pursue my dreams as the chef.
Okay, I think these 2 of our honorable speakers has made a big decision, right? Because they both work in a major organization, mega corporation, and once they decided to quit. So, what do you feel after you make the success? What do you gain from your decision after being an entrepreneur?
I think I made the right decision and everything just feel right for me right now, and then like I feel like I can find happiness in life,
Okay,
doing
that's
what I love best, like earning money from my passion.
That's right. You can see that she always smiles when she talk about her success. That's really nice. How about you?
Yes, well, for me, I feel like, if you see my manager up there, Connie, we
Okay.
say that, we're happily exhausted together. Because I think that, having your own business, I realize that, it's actually, you don't get to stop. You are
Yes.
thinking and going and continually like thinking about things all the time. So in a way, I do have more flexibility, but at the same time, it's like nonstop. So you really have to love like what you're doing. You really have to believe in what you're doing, so that even though it's like tiring, it's fun and you're happy.
Okay. Yes.
I totally agree with that. Like you even work harder than before. Like back then in corporate life, you work long hours, but you still have a break.
Yes,
You
you
can
have-
get paid, right?
Yes, but now being an entrepreneur, you're like working 24 hours, no break, no vacation.
Yeah, and
you
your brain is like on it all the time. You don't really get to stop, but at the same time, it feels good. It's rewarding.
Well, I think I'm gonna ask what inspired you the most, but you guys already answered that. It's your passion, right? And you have to love what you do first. So let me ask about the hard part. How about what is the most difficult decision that you have to make after becoming an entrepreneur?
Well, I think, there's challenges every day. Like there's a new obstacle or problem that comes up every day. Whether it be, financial decisions that you have to make that might affect your business, or, decisions you make relative to the employees that you have. But, for me, if I think about it, the most difficult thing after starting my own business is really the decision of, how I want to sort of balance my life. Because I think, as a mom, a wife, a daughter, and also a business owner, there's like a lot of things that you're trying to juggle. And at times you feel like, you're being less than 100% in everything. But so, I think it takes like a conscious decision and a conscious effort of how you want to spend your time so that you still have some balance in your life. So for example, I tell myself I have to spend at least 2 days at school, volunteering at school, so I still have time with my kids. Or, I still want to be on the PTG. I want to still, have some time to exercise. So it's like, you really, it's tough. It's a tough decision, but you have to be, really disciplined.
Wow. After I hear your schedule, I was like, are you a Wonder Woman? Both of you.
I'm far from that.
How about you?
For me, like I feel like the toughest decision that I have to make will be that when I have to deal with people or deal with my staff, like when I have to like decide to shut down some unit that doesn't make money,
Okay.
and because it includes like laying off
People,
staff,
yeah.
right, and then they. Once you like become a mom, you know that you sometimes like having a family, meaning that you have to earn money, and if you
Yeah,
like
you have to take
lay
care
off
of the
someone,
family.
like so you have to do it like with to make it fair to everyone. If you have to let them go with fairness. you
Yeah,
know.
let them go and be friends after that, because if you start small business, everybody know each other.
Right,
They're
like
all-
a family.
Okay, so well, my next question will be, what are the key ingredients to be success as an entrepreneur?
Well, first of all, I have to say that I don't actually consider myself a success yet.
Really? I
No,
think
I
you
mean-
can. Look at this place, everyone.
Yes, but the comments, we're less than a year old. So for me, I feel like, to be considered a real success, you have to create something that is sustainable in the long run. And that, so, in 5 years, perhaps you can come, and if this place is still relevant,
Well,
if we've
there will
actually
be-
built a community, then, then that maybe would be considered a success. But, I think, for me, what I feel like is, to be successful, you first have to have your dream. Like, you have to really love what you want, what you're creating, and be passionate about it, because as I said, it's tiring, and so you really have to love it so that you can remain happy going to work every day. And then I think another thing is, no one can do it alone. So I think to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to know your strengths, you need to know your weaknesses, and where you're weak, you need to find partners, you have to find collaborators, you have to reach out to others who, can support you. And the last thing I feel is, you just have to hustle. You have to work hard. Like, it takes hard work. It takes, a lot of determination. You just you have to keep on going. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, anything you would like? I think.
You have said everything. But
Anything you'd
for
like to
me,
add?
like I don't think I have succeed yet as well. So it's like for me, my business is just like my first baby.
Okay, first
and
baby,
the real
and then
baby is my
no
second
eyes,
baby.
the second baby.
So I have planned for my business, both like cooking school and the cafe. I have planned for them for the next 5 years, like where they're gonna be, like like plan for them to be able to compete with others, something like that. So
very
like I think like we can keep going on and on and on. So like and then also like for me, I feel like I still have to admit that I still struggle with manage life and work. So like
Okay.
right now I feel like I spend like most of my time on my work.
Okay.
And now I still have to find balance for my family as well. But my family has been very supportive. Like
Yeah,
that's
they
the
all
most
come and
important
cheer up
thing.
for
When you have to work very hard, you have to find your rock.
Yeah.
You know? And then if they support you, like you feel okay, I can still do it.
Yeah, if they're
you know?
always behind you, push you forward.
back.
Okay.
I definitely agree with that. I mean, I think my dad was the one who, really encouraged me to like go for it. Both my parents, my mom and my dad, was like extremely supportive and like really were the force behind. They literally just pushed us into this.
Yeah, just like when you're about to fall, and then they were like, "Go!"
Yes,
for it.
and
We're
then
here
like,
for you.
and they say that behind every great man there's a great woman, but the opposite is also true. Like behind every great woman there has to be my rock there,
And a great man as well.
because it consumes you. Like work consumes you, so you don't get to spend as much time at home doing things at home. So having a partner, whether it be a man or woman, that is supportive is definitely important.
The flexibility comes with great responsibility as well, just like a superhero. They're being very humble, Both of them say that they're not quite there yet, not successful that. But if you look through their profiles, seeing from the cake, seeing from the the place here, and of course I read through their interview, you say that your parents, your brother has been a very big supportive, when you originally start and quit the job. So that's her key ingredient. Passion, of course, collaborations, and then your friends, your family.
Well, I think it's pretty much what we said just now in terms of, you really have to love it. And if you're sure about, if you truly believe in it, then, and you're ready to work hard and stay strong that way, then, just go for it, I feel.
For me, I don't think I can find one advice for myself back then, because I feel like all the mistake and all the experience that mistake that I made,
Yeah,
and
you have learned.
I learned a lot from them, and then it made me to be a better person, made me to do better than before. So back then I wouldn't find any advice for myself. I would probably do exactly the same thing that I did before.
What would be your advice to the young entrepreneur or to the young person who would like to be entrepreneur as well or start a little business?
Okay, for me, I feel like if you have passion and you have your dream, go for it. Go pursue your dream. You can start small, because I start small too myself. I spent all my savings on something that's very risky, but I did it anyway. And then you have to believe in yourself, and then everything will follow.
And I completely agree, but I would just also add that, whatever you're doing, do it because you really love it. Do it because it's really going to make a difference to, the market, to the customers, to the community. Don't just, do it because you see other people doing it.
That's right.
So in a way, create something that is meaningful, that matters, that is going to, be relevant to the community that you're in, and be ready to work hard, hustle. For me, I surround myself with, people that I love and people that inspire me. So I surround myself by, I go to my family, my parents, my husband, my kids, my colleagues, my brother, and, and sort of reset that way and try to take a step back and think about, why we're doing this, why it's important, and also just, sometimes there are setbacks and you learn from them. I have a long list of, things that, I would have done differently, in building this thing. But in a way, it's, you learn from every mistake, and hopefully you don't make the same ones again.
Well, any more questions? Yeah, please, Miss Party. How do you feel of yourself if you're drained of energy?
I just, like I say, just keep on believing. If that's something you love, you can be exhausted, but it's just physically, but not mentally.
Yeah.
So trying to keep your passion alive, and then everything will be fine.
And maybe
also,
eat some of her cupcakes.
Yeah. And also, don't be afraid to ask for help or support from your family or your loved one, because they can be your strength. So.